got my coffee ready to go. So in my last video, I went over the top 5 free music production plugins that I actually use. And somebody actually brought up in the comments a really good point, which is that I did not demo any of these plugins in that video. I just kind of talked about them. So I thought it would be fun and hopefully helpful to you if you're looking at downloading these free plugins, if I made a track using these plugins. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. Let's go. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Contact 7, and I actually already loaded up Glaze, which is one of the libraries that I mentioned in there. So let's see what we can come up with. Hi, Caleb from the future here. I just realized as I'm editing this video that anytime that I go over to the keyboard to record something, the built-in piano sound from my keyboard is being heard in the video capture, but I was monitoring through Logic and did not realize until well after I recorded the video, which is very unfortunate. Initially, I was devastated, and I've moved from devastated to disappointed, but I hope that you can find a bit of humor in those parts where I'm tracking stuff, especially the drum section. It's pretty humorous because it's very bad. However, you should be able to still hear the stuff that I was playing. It just won't be while I was tracking them. Very sorry about that. I actually kind of like how that sounds as is. So next I'll just add a Rhodes just from the stock E-piano instrument in Logic. Yeah, that's good. Let's see what kind of drums we want. Yeah, we'll just kind of start there. Maybe add a little bit of bass. I was almost tempted to grab the bass guitar, but let's roll with the key bass, see what we can come up with. Here's the thing about key bass. In that video, I talked about how satisfying and like simple to use the user interface is, but man, a lot of times I don't even have to mess with it. All right, now let's open up Deja Vu. I'm just gonna go over to the keyboard, find some maybe horn sounds to throw on here and see if I can like mess them up enough to make them sound cool. So that's not at all what I expected to do, but that's It's kind of what I enjoy about this plugin. It's like you pull it up and you may not even use it, but you also may pull it up and come up with something completely different than what you planned. All right, now I'm going to try to see kind of what it feels like to throw Origin on the drums. I don't see a whole lot of people doing this, but at the same time, there are no rules. Let's just try it. Now let's go open up Labs by Spitfire Audio. My plan here right now is to just add a little bit of ambience into a like intro for this track. You can actually sort through these categories here, which is really helpful when you know exactly what you're looking for. So I'm going to go to experimental, since I know I'm kind of looking for some atmospheric sounds. All right, so now I'm going to throw cymatics on. This is basically the bus that everything goes to when I'm doing like a hard side chain. So just for simplicity, I'm going to throw this on that. And now I'm actually going to bypass that plugin once we cross over to the main section. Sweet. Now let's see if we can add a little bit of flutter. Interesting. What just happened? So I wish that I could say that the earlier problem with the piano sound going into the video was the only problem that I had while recording this video. But unfortunately, when I was messing with the automation, for some reason that bus decided to be routed to another bus that is going to that bus, causing just this infinite feedback loop. Luckily, Logic muted my audio so that it didn't kill my ears at the time, but that's why that number was climbing. Unfortunately, when I was making this video, I had no idea that that's what caused that. I literally started looking around trying to figure out what on earth I did that caused everything to stop working. But now that I have it figured out, I wanted to go ahead and get it all sorted out, resume the video, even though this is a completely different day. So the main thing that I did here was I actually opened up another instance of Labs and went to this strings to swells ensemble and just added this this part that kind of just sits behind everything else. But I think it does add a cool texture to the track, so that's kind of what I was going for. Lastly, I cleaned up the intro and added this cool little stick clicky part that I think kind of makes the impact for this section greater. And then I slapped an instance of Ozone on here. Really, I didn't do anything crazy. So now let's go ahead and listen to the whole track. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm really enjoying getting into the groove of making stuff like this, so if you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Leave a comment for what you want to see next. Thanks for hanging out.